The storm named Rubiel Mosquera. There are men who step onto the bodybuilding stage, and then there are forces of nature. Rubiel Mosquera is not merely a man sculpting his body. He is a thunderstorm incarnate, a walking explosion of muscle and myth. His presence doesn't just fill a room, it crushes it under the weight of disbelief. The world thought it had seen every mutation of muscle possible, until Rubiel emerged, towering like a titan summoned from some forbidden experiment. The nickname Neckzilla was not given lightly. His neck alone looks like it was engineered from steel cables, thick enough to make most competitors' arms look laughable in comparison. And when he turns to face the crowd, that neck doesn't just hold up a head, it carries the burden of history, the proof that bodybuilding has entered a new, terrifying era. Rubiel is not simply competing. A rise that feels impossible. Rubiel's journey is more than sweat and iron. It is defiance against reality itself. Born in Colombia, far away from the golden stages of Las Vegas or Columbus, he rose from obscurity with a physique that looked as if it had been ripped straight from comic books. Where most men spend decades chiseling away, praying for incremental gains, Rubiel arrived on the scene as if sculpted overnight by the gods of chaos and power. His size is not just big, it is grotesque, shocking, a carnival of freakish proportions that both mesmerizes and terrifies. Audience stare in disbelief, whispering not about his poses, but about how such a physique can exist outside of digital fantasy. He doesn't just flex, he unleashes. Every pose is an act of dominance, a reminder that bodybuilding has a new monster roaming its landscape. Fear and awe on stage. When Rubiel steps under the lights, silence spreads before the eruption. Judges' pens tremble, cameras struggle to capture the sheer density of his frame, and competitors glance sideways with haunted eyes. It is not competition anymore, it is survival. Standing next to Rubiel is like standing next to a genetic anomaly, a creature designed to make men feel small, no matter how many years they've devoted to the Iron Temple. The crowd doesn't cheer in the usual way. Their reaction is primal, a mixture of gasps, roars, and nervous laughter. They are not watching a man flex. They are witnessing an event, like seeing a skyscraper suddenly come to life. His traps rise like mountains, his arms swell like living cannons, and his chest could be mistaken for a fortress wall. This isn't just bodybuilding, it's spectacle, it's shock theater, it's the moment reality bends to Rubiel's will. The debate he ignites, but with greatness comes controversy. Rubiel is not a clean, simple story of hard work and triumph. He is the subject of whispers, debates, and accusations. People wonder, is this real? Is this natural? Has bodybuilding gone too far? These questions circle him like vultures, yet none of them land. Because the truth is, whatever the method, the result is undeniable. Rubiel forces fans, critics, and athletes alike to confront an uncomfortable reality. The sport they love is evolving into something monstrous, something beyond comprehension. Some call it beautiful, others call it disturbing, but everyone agrees, Rubiel cannot be ignored. The man behind the monster. And yet, peel back the layers of spectacle, and there is still the man. A quiet, disciplined figure who knows the stares, the doubts, the mockery. Rubiel has carried not just weight on the barbell, but the heavier weight of expectation, of being branded a freak rather than an athlete. Every session in the gym is not just a workout, it is a battle against ridicule, against doubt, against the world's disbelief that someone like him should even exist. That is the true shock of Rubiel Mosquera. Not just that his body is unimaginable, but that his spirit remains unbroken under the crushing gravity of scrutiny. He doesn't scream back at the critics. He simply grows bigger, scarier, and more undeniable. A legacy in the making. Rubiel is more than muscle. He is the embodiment of bodybuilding's eternal question. How far can we go? His rise is a warning and a prophecy. The stages he walks on today may look like battlegrounds tomorrow, Because after Rubiel, the standard is forever changed. Competitors will chase his silhouette like men chasing shadows, knowing they may never catch what seems beyond human grasp. And maybe that's his true role, not just to win trophies, but to haunt the future of the sport. To stand as proof that the human form is not finished evolving, but the line between man and myth can still blur under the right mix of obsession.